Good morning, guys. Welcome to Wednesday's FRT Gold live video. Hope you're all doing well today. Week seems to be flying by, to be honest. Wednesday already. A decent day of action to look forward to today as well. A bit of a midweek treat with a listed race coming from Goodwood and a really good card there. Also some decent action from Kempton on the all-weather this evening. And then we go from Redcar and then also over jumps over Perth, which is always a really, really good card at Perth. An excellent atmosphere, big crowd expected. You've got the likes of AP McCoy travelling up there, which shows you that it must be a decent card if you know that he travels all that way. It's not the easiest place to get to by any stretch of the imagination. So a decent enough Wednesday to look forward to today. Also, really good couple of days coming up with the start of the Cambridgeshire meeting tomorrow. It's weekday group action on Thursday and Friday from Newmarket, which is always really good. It's not very often you see that, so really looking forward to that as well. But yeah, just a reminder that this is a live Q&A session. If you did fancy joining in that, if you've got any questions about maybe any of today's tips, maybe anything that happened yesterday, or if you want to just start looking ahead to something for that Cambridgeshire meeting, please do feel free to get in touch. Plenty of ways you can do so. You can email me, joe@freeracingtips.co.uk, or you can get in touch via Facebook with facebook.com/groups/FRT Gold. And as well as that, don't forget that this is a live Q&A session if you did want to join in that. I know plenty of you just do watch this on your lunch breaks rather than live, but if you are watching live, there's plenty of ways. You can just join in that Q&A, sorry, and yeah, any questions that you do have, any sort of betting or horse racing queries, then do get in touch. It's the perfect time for you to ask them, and I can answer them to the best of my ability. So we'll take a little look at yesterday to begin with. Yesterday proved to be a decent day. In the end, we had the old boy Kingsgate native do the business for us at Beverley as the premium tip, and I don't think you ever really have too many concerns about this one. But tipped at 7-4, I think went off with an SP of around about 13-8, so I had a little nibble in the market, but I know did touch 11-8 at one point, so I think that the money came and then maybe eased off a little bit just before the race got underway. But that was really good. That's delivered around about I think it's 5.25 points in profit, and then also we had a 9-2 at 1 point win only. Winner with Richard Hannon's horse, whose name completely escapes me in a minute. It was a bit of a funky name, but Frankie Dettori rode this one. It was a really decent win there at 9-2. This horse was actually tipped at 11-4, so just shows you the advantage of best odds guaranteed. You know, you wouldn't have been expected to get 9-2, and that proved to be way overpriced in the end. And yeah, this horse did the business for us. So in the end, we ended around about 5.5 points in profit, and a little bit more than that. I think it was 5.75 points in profit. So a really good day. Just to go with Monday, which was a really profitable one as well. So today we go for more of the same. Would be good to hit that premium tip and next best bet double. The next best bets have really struggled actually this month. I won't shy away from that. Premium tip's been in good form. Little Earner has produced enough winners to see some really good profit there, as have the 1 point win only singles. But yeah, it's been a bit of a shame for the next best bets to have their worst month to date, but there's still obviously still a week of the month or so to go, so we still can turn that around, and it'd be good to do that with just a couple of premium tip and next best bet doubles in a row. So hopefully we can do that. But yeah, decent day of action today. As I said, we race from Redcar, Goodwood, Perth and Kempton, and we go up to Scotland to Perth for our premium tip for today. It goes in the 3 o'clock, and it's Moss Street, currently at 7-4, holding its place in the market nicely. Don't think there's too much money around in this market just yet, but yeah, 7-4 available on Moss Street, who runs for Gordon Elliott, who actually has a superb record here at Perth, and he has a couple of runners in this one. And one of them is ridden by AP McCoy, the other by Tom Scudamore, and I think that jockey booking could, although Tom Scudamore is one of the best in the business, you know, the AP booking is probably the #1 choice from the yard, and the booking of AP McCoy is the best you could hope for, to be honest. There's no other man I think that you'd want on your horse other than AP, especially with the way he's riding at the moment. This horse is also a course and distance winner. I believe that came over fences, but still knows his way around Perth, and it can be a bit of a unique track, and one where course form can be absolutely vital. Heavily eased in grade this afternoon, to be honest. This isn't anywhere near the sort of quality he's been competing in, although it's been a little bit disappointing in recent runs. This is, as I say, a drop in grade, and I think should take all the beating in what is a claiming hurdle. Tripping conditions looks to be ideal, and I just think this horse has plenty of things going for it. A trainer that has an excellent record here, the best jockey around on board, course form, distance form, eased in grade, and yeah, just looks to be off a decent mark as well, and should take all the beating here. Looks to be a good premium tip to continue that good run. The premium tips are in really good form at the moment, and hopefully that can continue with this one. The next best bet for today, now that goes in the 325 at Redcar, and our tip here is Toto Scalacci. This horse was first tipped at 9-4, now generally a 2-1, maybe 15-8 shot in most places, so a little bit of a nibble in the market for this horse, Toto Scalacci, who actually comes out clear on top in terms of the ratings that I look at, and I think has to play a serious contender here. Has been running in Class 4 handicaps, and again, this is a big step down in class for the horse. I think on ratings, as I said, he looks to have an excellent chance, and the handicap mark looks to be a lenient one. I think the horse has plenty of experience. As you know, it's the osteopath he goes up against, so I think it's two horses. I think this is a two-horse race. I think it's going to be between those top two in the betting. The osteopath currently around about 11-8 favourite, and then it's around about 2-1, as I said, to Scalacci. Then you have on the hoof at 11-2, and it's 12-1 bar. But I think the top two old boys will compete this one out, and I just think even though the osteopath comes here on a hat trick, I think he could be fairly poorly handicapped now, not that well handicapped, and I think Toto Scalacci is the other way. I think he looks to be well treated, and I think should go very close indeed in that 325 at Redcar, and a little bit of support in the market does show that as well, and I'd expect some steady money to come for this horse throughout the day, to be honest. So yeah, that's the next best bet for today. That goes in the 325 at Redcar, Toto Scalacci. The little learner to today, that goes in the 250 at Redcar, so the race just before the next best bet for the day, and our tip here is Snowway, and that's currently a 7-1 shot. That's from the 15-2 when first tipped this morning. 7-1 just about still available. The horse was actually only beaten a neck over 7 furlongs at first last time out, and this step up to a mile, sorry, might just play into the horse's favour, to be honest. I think this is a similar kind of race to that one at Thirsk. I don't think the 2-year-old filly is too badly treated either, and has been handed a decent draw again, which is vital at a track like Redcar. I think it will probably pay to be fairly prominent. That's often the case at Redcar, and I think should be in the frame, if in a similar mood to that race last time out. Just looking at the handicap marks now, carrying 80 stone 1, that's a bit of a featherweight, to be honest, for this horse, running off a mark of 45 today, and ran off a mark of the same 45 last time out, so hasn't been punished at all for that. That's second by a neck last time out, which came just over a week or so ago. It's strange, really, because probably if that neck could have been, if it had won by a neck, so not you didn't have to turn over much more, might have been a different story. But yeah, I think this learner today looks to have a good shout. Again, one that's being nibbled in the market, which is always a good sign, and I think that should go well. Just the 1 point win only single for you today, although it's a good day of action today. There wasn't too other many horses I really like the look of in terms of away from the premium tip next best bet and Little Learner. The one that I did was Father Stone in the 720 at Kempton on that all-weather this evening in a nursery, and that's currently around about the 5-2 mark. I think this horse can follow up its win last time out and go on to win back-to-back races. So they're the 4 tips for today. If you've got any questions about any of those, as I said, please do feel free to get in touch. But yeah, that's just about it for them. As I said, it's the start of the Cambridgeshire meeting tomorrow. A really, really good day to look forward to from Newmarket. We're back on the rolling mile, I believe. I believe the July course is almost put away again for another year. The Betfred Cambridgeshire, one of the most competitive handicaps, along with races such as the Air Gold Cup and the Cesaro, which a little bit later on. They are actually that's actually taking place this weekend as well. The Cambridgeshire, so that will be a really good race. Looking forward to that, and hopefully we can pick out a few decent each way shots in that. But just looking at tomorrow's card from Newmarket, and I think there's a Group 3 we've got to look forward to tomorrow. Yeah, the Tattersall Stakes, which comes in that 340, and just have a quick look at the field. And I don't think there's no actual betting on show at the moment, but it should be a really, really good race, this one. We are on the just making sure, yeah, we are on the rolling mile instead of the July course. But I think you've got shake hand on Al Maktoum. I think he's got a really good chance in this one, with the likely favourite, I would say, in the shape of Mataga, and has also got Marquez in this one. You got then the likes of Maftool, Make It Up, and Dance Track also competing in this one. It's an 8-runner field that looks to be a decent enough race and a really good Group 3, to be honest, and that will be the highlight of tomorrow. Always good to have group racing on a weekday, so we'll really look in depth for that a bit tomorrow, and also look at Friday and Saturday. Saturday, of course, you see the big fillies Group 1 take place, and it looks to be Tiggy Wiggy's race for the taking at the moment, but we'll just see how the betting goes on that and whether Tiggy Wiggy is a bet or not, just depending on the price. I believe fairly short in the market, probably about 5 to 4 at the moment, so at the moment I couldn't be playing her, but you might just see a little drift out. The layers might come for Tiggy Wiggy as they did last time in the anti-post market, but we'll see on that. For today, let's focus on the 4 meetings taking place today. Hopefully we can have a really good one. Thank you for watching today's video. As I say, any questions throughout the day, do not hesitate to get in touch, but that's just about it for today. Thanks for watching, and bye-bye.